All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Washington Redskins. Gets fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
X3, 218, chop.
They'll go with Darius Geis, who missed all of 2018 with injury. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 27-yard line.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, exit.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. In on the tackle there, Bobby Wagner coming off a 3rd straight All-Pro season. An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Smith. Open man, it's Vernon Davis. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
2nd and 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap for Smith. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
On the double. 50 seconds left. So don't say no. Rock it. Bravo. Hard. Snap.
This is Chris Thompson in his 7th season now as a Redskin. Yeah, this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
4th down.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll run for it. Geis.
Well, that's what's called being aggressive right there. But I don't know that it's reckless. I think it's much more of a message. Hey, defense, I believe in you in case we don't get it. And offense, trying to let them know he believes in them as well.
I like it. Your first drive of the game in plus territory. Be aggressive.
57, Mike.
go. Whip. Watch the whip. Ready.
Smith on first down. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, but it's going to be second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Smith going to throw again. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Giants. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. Rosas good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. They start on the ground with Geis. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Richardson. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Smith. And that is incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again, it's Watson. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. Well, that didn't take very long. You mentioned you have to keep him under wraps. Avoid the big play is what you said, and here he makes one in the first quarter.
Yeah, you can't let this become a habit. Otherwise, you know what will happen? They'll flat out take over this game.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, here's Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Looking for Shepard deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Remember, with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season, 97% that is, and was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Redskins have made this a 1-score game. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. A reminder coming up tonight, a tough ticket in New Orleans. The Cowboys in town to take on the Saints on Sunday Night Football. Then tomorrow night, Charles and I, we go to Pittsburgh. Bengals and Steelers, 2 teams, well, they don't like each other very much. That's well documented. That starts at 8:15 Eastern as we close out the month of September. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now it's Watson. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Off of play action, it's Watson. Eluding the pressure, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Rosas' kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battles.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Marcus Golden able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, Haywood. Good. 59, check, 59.
On second and a long way to go. Smith, he's going to let this one go deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
the kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson. This is caught at the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one good for 37 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to tackle right here on this play.
No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on second and goal. Back to throw, Watson. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver. But now it's third and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. This Washington defense, they've stood tall the first 2 plays. Now third and goal.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Out of the gun, Watson rolling to his left. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Giants add on to their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead now stands at 13. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick.
Let's go. Let's do it. Reset. 19. Right there. 56. Hey, defense, let's go.
The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
third quarter and you've got the lead, you're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Watch the run. Check three.
To throw is Watson. Steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They run again on first down, Chubb. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's going to look deep end zone for Hopkins. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. DeAndre Hopkins. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go. And the try for 2 is denied. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Here's Smith. He's got Thompson here, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Smith. Docks him with a grab over the middle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now it's Smith. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Smith now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. Here's Smith. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never been.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Chris Thompson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. Hopkins with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
What is that? 19. Stay situation. Alert. Back.
Now a first down throw, Watson. He's going to look deep down the field. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Hey, Sam off. He's crashing. Let's go.
After the interception, here's Smith. Out to the left here to Reed. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Smith. That'll be caught right side by Reed. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Hey, high 7.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. It's hauled in by Doxson. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Smith throwing again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 25, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. My music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. 11 yards there, first down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Watson now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. From the 50, it's Watson. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. Out to the right here to Shepard. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 yards there and a first down. Watson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Watson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 19 on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try to put points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains. At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. He'll pick up another first down with that run.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 34. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
On 2nd down and 4. Smith. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Dexter Lawrence in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
On 4th down, Smith. Jordan Reed has it. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. A good run, 8 yards there, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Alex Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point good by Hopkins. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And not a good return here. He is brought down at the 7-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 7-yard line.
He's set. 19. Watch the slant.
this drive with Chubb. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. They run it again with Chubb. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 39 yards there, a big one.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Throwing now, Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. It's caught at the 10. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will make this a 19-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Set, ready? 50, plant. 5.
On 1st and 10, Smith. Flush to his right. He's got his man. This is Dodson. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Ready?
Smith on 1st down. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Smith. And the pressure gets to him again.
We call it sack block.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Giants, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for